Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. That's John Priori there on the piano. Yeah. That was a song by the Yellow Jackets called Spirit of the West. That came out in 1995. Oh, no, sorry, 1998. Album called Club Nocturne, which was the 13th album by that great group. And what a fun song to start with. I'd like to just say here, it's tradition to clap after solos, but if you don't feel like you want to, don't be obligated. You are certainly welcome. If that's the way you interact with us, that's awesome. But we won't feel bad if you don't want to. Like sometimes I sit there and I don't clap because I want to hear the beginning of the next solo, right? So it's okay with us. You do whatever makes you happy, okay? So we won't feel bad if you don't clap after every solo or anything like that. So no obligation there. We're gonna go on. There you go. Now wait a second. We're going to go on with one of my songs, and we were calling this night, this is called The Music of Max. So a lot of this will be stuff that I've written, but it'll also be stuff that has influenced me, like the Yellow Jackets. This next one is a song that I wrote, quite a long time ago, and for no particular reason. There are songs in this set that we'll talk about tonight that I wrote for a reason. This one I did not. It's just something that I wrote, and after I was done writing it, I came up with the title, and this one's called Miss Teary. One, two, three. Thank you. That's Mark Peterson on the bass over there. So this next thing we're going to do, again, not every song is going to be something of mine. I want something, you want to recognize something that we're going to, so you're going to recognize this one. This is from Toy Story, the Disney Toy Story collection, right? It's all four. In all four of those movies, there were four of those starting in 1995. There was sort of this leitmotif, which is what we're going to do, right? It was the You've Got a Friend in Me, which was in every one of those movies. Now, we're going to change it up just a little bit. We're going to throw just a little bit of the blues into this. So just to change it up a little bit for you, because, you know, that's what jazz musicians are supposed to do. So that's what we're going to do. This song was nominated, by the way, for an Academy Award and Golden Globe Award for Best Original Song, and it lost both of those to another Disney song from Pocahontas, Colors of the Wind. You remember that song? So instead of doing Colors of the Wind, we're going to do You've Got a Friend in Me. Yes. Ready? 1, 2, 12, 2, 3, and... You got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. You got troubles, well, I got them too. There isn't anything I would not do for you. If we stick together, we can see it. 'Cause you got a friend in me. Yeah, you got a friend in me. Now, some people might be a little bit smarter than I am, bigger and stronger too. Oh, but none of them will ever love you the way I do. It's me and you, boy. And as the years go by, our friendship will never die. You're gonna see it's our destiny that you got a friend in me. Yeah, you got a friend in me. He's got Priori. People might be a little bit smarter than I am, bigger and stronger too. But none of them will ever love you the way I do. It's you and me, boy. And as the years go by, our friendship will never die. You're gonna see it's our destiny. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's Mark Peterson over there on the bass. That was a song that I wrote about 4 years ago. I actually wrote that for my wife, believe it or not. It's called The Way She Smiles at Me. I know, and she doesn't even like it. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Well, maybe she does. She doesn't. She never said anything. I said, "Here, I wrote this song for you." Okay, thanks. So, as I mentioned, we'll do a couple of things that you will recognize tonight. We're going to do that right now. Another one. The Beatles are a big part of my musical influence, and the Beatles, changed a lot with when they came over here. So it just makes sense that we would do something by the Beatles. And of course, as I said for the other one, because we are a jazz group, we'll change it up a little bit. This one came out in 1965 on the Rubber Soul album, so it's 60 years old. And man, what a great song. This is really a John Lennon song, although, as most of the Beatles songs were credited to Paul McCartney and John Lennon, but this is really a John song. And this is called Norwegian Wood. Now.
Started to laugh. I told her I didn't and crawled up to sleep in the bath. And when I awoke, I was alone. This bird had flown, so I lit the fire. Is it Norwegian wood? Thank you.
So I said this was Gene, and now we're going to have Gene do a little bit of drumming for you.
So, I have a little assignment for you guys. So I think you know that when you listen to drum solos, a lot of people think that.
Want to use your
The-
mic?
Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Okay.
So you hear drum solos and you think the guy's just playing, wants to play fast or cool or pyrotechnics, which, by the way, is true most of the time. But a lot of times in jazz, the drummer's playing to the form of the tune, just like when a saxophone is playing, just like when it's playing, just like when a piano player is playing. So a lot of times I like to play to the form of the tune, but the audience doesn't necessarily know it. So we're going to do a tune, I'm going to do a tune, you know, it's a drum solo, but it's an audience participation drum solo. And what your guys' assignment is to count the bars so that you know when to come in. Because I'm playing the song, so I want you to listen with the horn. So we're going to do a 20-bar form. And John, give me a C. So the chorus is the 8 bars you're going to sing on is Iko Iko. You guys know that song? So you're going to sing, hey now, Iko Iko ande, Giacomo fina anane, Giacomo finane. Then there's going to be, and here's an assignment for the band. So it's 8 bars of me, 8 bars of that, and then there's going to be 4 bars of like a Bo Diddley, like boom, 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 boom. Then we're at the top. So 20 bars altogether, 8 bars of me, 8 bars of us singing, and then 4 bars of, and you guys can, if you want to play on the chorus, feel free. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. So you guys have to count and listen along with me. All right? I'll make it easy at first. Then I'll make it hard. All right. I'll count you in. 1, 2. This is me. 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Hey now. Hey now. I go on day. Giacomo fina anane, Giacomo finane. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hey now, I go on day. Giacomo fina anane, Giacomo
Lewin right there.
Nice work.
All right, this next thing we're going to do again, another original song around. This one is called CMB. This is a jazz waltz kind of thing. And CMB, this was one that I wrote for somebody else, a cousin of mine whose name was Carrie Marie Bagby. And then she got married, and so I had to change the title. No, I did not, because Carrie Marie Barden, so it worked out perfectly. She said she had to marry somebody with the last name of B, or else we couldn't do it. All right, so this is CMB, everybody. That's John Priori on piano. Gene Lewin on drums. Mark Peterson on the bass. Thank you so much. We're going to do another slow one for you. This is, we'll go this one, and then we'll go to the blues almost together.
Okay.
Shelter. Oh, okay. Yeah, Shelter. So this was written in 2020, and we all kind of know what was happening in 2020. And it was raining one afternoon, and I just wrote this thing. It just came out, and the title comes from, you'll hear this 4/16 pattern that happens throughout and starts with the piano. Are you going to do an intro up front? A small one. Okay, so we're going to feature John Priori up front a little bit on this. And this one is kind of a hopeful tune, even though at that time we needed some hope, right? So the title of this song is called Shelter from Your Rain. And we all have some rain every once in a while, and we need some shelter. So we hope you enjoy this. Gene says it's a power ballad, so this is our power ballad for tonight. This is called Shelter from Your Rain. That's John Priori on the piano there. Yeah. Cool. So we're gonna do. We'll do one more for you, maybe two, if you really like us to do two. We'll do. Okay, we'll do two. We're gonna let Gene come out and do a little bit of guitar for you. Gene's a very talented guy. Actually, all of these guys are very talented. I'm really, really lucky to be performing with them. All right, I think we're good here. All right. So I recently dropped out of school. That's true. I was a music educator for 35 years. Yep. Thank you. And let me make sure I got some sound. Okay. All right. When I hired into this particular district, after I had signed the contract, I found out what their mascot was, and I was like, whoa, really? Their mascot was a hillbilly. And the hillbilly that they had at the time, now they've changed it since then, but the hillbilly they had at the time, he had a really long beard and the funny hat and everything, but he had a pipe, a rifle, and a jug of moonshine. And I thought, wow, that's pretty interesting concept for school. But anyway, so this song kind of came about, and it's changed lyrics a few times, and but it's generally about anybody's problems you may have in school, and we call this Hillbilly Blues. You got some sound there? Hold on, keep going, Gene. Hey there, Mr. Principal. Somebody stole my Nike shoes. Hey there, Mr. Principal. Somebody stole my Nike shoes. He said, I'm sorry to hear about your problem. Now you got the hillbilly blues. You came into school late one morning. They all said you got to pay your dues. You came into school late one morning. They all say you got to pay your dues. They say you got 3 days detention. He said, no, I got the hillbilly blues. All right, now you have to join along. Ready? You're going to follow us. Got a D on your report card. Now your mom and dad are gonna flip. You got a D on your report card. Now your mom and dad are gonna flip. They're gonna flip, yeah. You found the key to the liquor cabinet and you decided to take a sip. Maybe 3 or 4. got the hillbilly blues. Here we go. Hillbilly Billy. Hillbilly Billy. Hillbilly Billy. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I got the hillbilly blues. Woo! John Priori there. Gene Lewin on guitar. Mark Peterson on the bass.
Max Morden.
Thank you, everybody. We'll do one more for you real quick. Anybody know who Quincy Jones is? Anybody know Quincy Jones? All right, so we thought we'd pay a little tribute to Quincy since he just passed back in November, and Quincy he did everything, right? I mean, trumpet player, composer, arranger, band leader, film, television, whatever, businessman. I mean, Quincy had all of it going on, and we're going to do a song that some of you probably will recognize, called Street Beater. And does anybody know what that song is from? It is the Sanford and Son theme. John Priori, Gene Lewin, Mark Peterson. I'm Max. Thank you very much, everybody.